Hi, everybody. It's JB again. Ooh. How you doing? So, it is Friday. What is today's date? The 10th of of January. So, there's been a big time lull the last probably month or so, 3 weeks. Out at the property, the deer have gone nocturnal, baby. They have gone Batman. No, they haven't left. They're still there. They're just all my pictures that I've got on the game cams have been ooh, thunder outside. Game cams have been nocturnal pictures. So, but what I've noticed is as the days get longer, deer seem to be becoming a little more crepuscular again. New word, that's a $10 word, baby, crepuscular, which means that most of their activity is centered around dusk and dawn. With that being said, the days are getting a little bit longer. I've noticed on the game cams that they're coming in, they're leaving their feeding sites about an hour before daylight, and they are showing up about an hour after sundown. Does that make sense? Yes. Crepuscular. So we've been in kind of a stagnant weather pattern here recently, but tonight we had a major cold front come through here in Arkansas. We've had tornado warnings, we've had hail, we've had damaging winds. It's like a springtime storm setup, and it's been unseasonably warm the last couple of days with a strong south wind and lots of moisture. Here I was, Bertha. You wouldn't believe it. I'm the only surviving witness of the snow-nada-geddon. It's the snow apocalypse hurricane tornado. Yeah, I made it. But behind that, in the spinning part of the comma head, if you will, of the low coming through, the low pressure system, is a massive cold air, just massive, huge amount. Big old, it's gonna be cold, baby, yeah. So what I'm hoping to do, that cold air isn't really supposed to hit until tomorrow morning sometime between, I don't know, let's say between 6 and noon. So I'm going to get off work tonight, go home, try to get some sleep, get up, grab the crossbow. Yeah, so get in my blind and set up and see if this cold shock won't get a few of those deer up and moving just a little bit. There's going to be like a 30 or 40 degree temperature swing with this cold front moving through, and it's going to happen like that. I'm getting cold just thinking about it, Bertha. I mean, on the backside of it, they're calling for like flurries and sleet and just really cold air, you know. So anyway, I think I've got it figured out between now and the end of the season. I've got about 7 days on the weekend that I can get out there and hunt. So there's still plenty of opportunity to get out there and get it done with archery equipment. I would like to get one more deer in the freezer this year. The Lord's been really awesome to us this year so far. Between me and my stepdad, 3 deer. So there's 3 deer in the freezer and 2 bobcats and coyote. So that was really cool. And a whole bunch of dove that we started off in September getting, and that was really fun. So it'll be fun. It really will be. So, fingers crossed. I'm praying that the Lord blesses us with another deer tomorrow. At least gives me an opportunity and helps me to be successful. So, it'll be fun being in the blind when that cold front moves through. Yes, it's going to be chilly. Bring your long johns, Bob. Oh, and your wool socks, too. Bye. Morning, everybody. How you doing? It's me again, JB. So, it is Saturday morning, the 11th of January. Looks like that cold front has moved through, and the cold air has come in on the back side of it. So, I'm going to take the crossbow this morning. Gonna see if we can't get her done in the woods with the crossbow, baby. Yes. Should be really, really fun. I've got the super duper cold weather gear on this morning. It's about right at 5 o'clock right now. Gonna get out there and try to get it done. I'm hoping the Lord puts a big fat juicy doe in my way today. Just one more, just one more to fill off the top of the freezer. Hi everybody, it's me again, JB. See if I can get this light right. So, if you listen real close, we're in the blind now. It's about 30 minutes before daylight, and you can hear the river behind me. Not the river, but the creek. It's going crazy. I crossed the low water bridge this morning with about a foot of water on it. Kind of made me nervous for a minute, but the Lord got me across. So we're gonna get set here and get quiet and hopefully get a deer. Bye. So it was a beautiful morning, and I got a little time-lapse photography going. You get to see the light come on outside. It was pretty fun. I just love being out there. I love being out on the property and getting to see God's world light up. I mean, just period. Whether I see anything or not, whether I kill anything or not, I get to get out there and get in it, and it's awesome. So this here is the creek that had been in a couple videos right behind the deer blind. And it's normally it's a wet weather creek, so it's normally not too high. In the summertime, it actually gets bone dry, but when there's a good storm, a good rain, like we had the night before, man, this thing turns into the Mississippi frickin' river, dude. It was a torrent. So the sun did pop out for a little bit. There was a break in the clouds, and it got nice for a while. Then it got really cold later when it started sleeting, snowing, and raining at the same time. So I brought the crossbow out here today, and it's funny because by the end of the video, you're going to be pulling your hair out going, man, if he'd only had a rifle. And you'll see why. I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but you can probably tell. But you hunt with what's in season, man. That's all there is to it. I don't want to be an offender, so that's it. You see that? Somehow I ripped my britches on the way in. So I was going to show you guys something. Anytime I go out in the field or the woods, I try to be prepared. So for occasions such as this, where I might need a little sewing kit, I have the all-purpose emergency Altoid tin. Yes. Got some Band-Aids. First aid cleansing wipe. It's basically a moist towelette, yes. We also need some rule matches. Some ties. These things come in really handy if you are somewhere where you don't have cell service or whatever, and you can't check a deer in online, it's handy dandy to have some of these twisty ties so that you can put a tag on that animal right there. So I always carry some of these with me. Oh, looky there. A little bit of thread and a sewing needle. How about that shit? I want to stitch up my britches. So it's always good to have a little what if kit on you, just in case something happens and you need something. So I'm very thankful that I have that, and while I'm sitting here, I'm gonna go ahead and fix my britches. Yes. Bye. You didn't know that I was a seamstress, did you? The cold air from this gargantuan winter storm is starting to come through, and the wind has shifted now from a western wind out of the west to more of a northwestern or northern wind. That's good because it's kind of coming through here crosswise. Anyway, it's not directly into my face, but it is going across. It's not shooting down into where I think that they're bedding. This spot right here, I think, is between two bedding areas. So if I can get a crosswind going, it's probably not too bad of a thing to happen. Also, we're down in the creek bottom here. So there's a ridge on each side and a mountaintop up there where we're going to build the cabin. It's real windy on those ridges. But anytime it's windy on those ridges down here, if the deer come through here, it's a good thing because it'll keep them out of the wind. So I don't know what's going to happen today, but I'm feeling really optimistic and good about this hunt. I think I've got probably a better chance of seeing something today than any day, here that I've been hunting recently. So we're gonna see, but man, it sure feels right today, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Lord willing, we'll get one. I'll keep you tuned. Bye. So, I don't think I'll be crossing the creek today to go check the other game cam. I mean, I could, but I don't really feel like getting that wet. I just don't. You don't realize is that hole right there, that spot right there, when it's low, is about 4 feet deep. So it's about pretty deep right now, man. Ooh. Hello, my peoples. Yes. So I'm leaving the property real quick. I say real quick. To go up and get some food in my belly. So it just started sleeting here, by the way, and I wanted to show y'all the creek crossing when we get up here, this little low water bridge. It is something else. It gave me a little bit of a scare this morning, but we made it across, man. Me and Mr. Magoo and the Lord, yes. So stand by. Okay, we're coming down to it now.
Can you see me? Yes, thank you very much. Coming down to it now. I don't think it's any higher than it was a while ago, but it's still kind of high. So when I gun it here, I'm just going to gun it and run it. Pretty much good stuff. It's about a foot over the thingy. Always take off your seatbelt for making a low water bridge crossing. So it's not too bad, but it's a little scary. Nothing that old Lucille couldn't handle, baby. Yeah. Good baby. Good baby. You know, the Lord once said that man cannot live by bread alone. Sometimes you got to have a super huge burrito covered in cheese. He didn't say that part, but I'll take it. Okay, Tater, it's time to get back in the woods, right? Mm-hmm. Them deer ain't gonna kill themselves, Tater. And neither did Jeffrey Epstein. No, you got a full belly now. Get your butt back in the blind. Do you hear that? It is sleeting. Back in the blind, baby. So, it is sleeting and raining and thundering. So I guess you would call that thunder sleep? I don't know. Ooh, it's loud. Oh, looks like we got some big, thick flakes coming down too. I don't know if you can see them. There's some big, fat, slow. Snowflakes coming down. That's interesting. So hopefully after this passes through, maybe the magic will start to happen. I don't know. We'll find out. It's the damnable squirrel. Oh, I hate squirrels. Do you see him? He will move in a minute. Oh, there he went. Oh, that bastard. Oh, go back to hell from whence he came, demon. They're looking at me. Oh. Well, y'all, I have hunted in snow. It's colder than a witch's titty in a brass bra. I have hunted in rain. It's colder than a well digger's ass. I've hunted in hot, 100-degree weather. I've hunted in cold weather. It's colder than a set of balls on a brass monkey. This has got to be about the nastiest weather I've ever hunted in. And there's one crazy ass squirrel out here that's just loving it. Loving it. My master plan is that it will be so miserable and cold, and these deer will be so hungry and restless that they have to get up and they have to come out to get something to eat, to stretch their legs, to get warmed up, to do something. Maybe this evening, you know, they'll just be so miserable they'll have to get up. And when they do, I'm gonna poke them. Okay, here we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in real quick, and I'm gonna put it in black and white. And there she is. You'll see the little deer head to the left right there. Now, 2 of these doe popped out down the fire break at about 200 and 250 yards. So it's getting exciting. Okay, guys. I just saw 2 doe come out down the fire break on the neighbor's property at about 200 yards away. And one of them made her way up about 100 yards and then went into the wood line. So I'm hoping that they come my way a little bit more and pop out of the fire break. I actually have one on video camera, so that's kind of cool. So, fingers crossed. Lord help me. So, those 2 deer, one of them moved off into the right onto the neighbor's property and another neighbor's property. And you see this doe right here standing right in the middle of the screen. I got it zoomed in. And she just calmly starts walking my direction, which is totally cool. Right now she's at about 200 yards. And here in a second she's going to make up quite a bit of distance and come about 100 yards more towards me, which puts her at 100 yards from my blind. Now I'm hunting with a crossbow today, which I have a 100-yard reticle on my crossbow, but I'm just not willing to take that shot. If I was an offender and I had brought my rifle today instead of my bow during archery season, then I could have had a deer in the fridge no problem, or in the freezer. But I try to follow as many rules as I can, y'all. So I took my bow, and it is what it is. She never got closer than 100 yards. She's fixing to run towards me right here. Look at her. Looks like a dog. Look at her just coming towards me. She never got closer than 100 yards, but what's neat about where she ends up being here in a second, right there. When she stops right there with a 1/4-2 angle, 30 yards from there on the left side of the fire break is my tree stand. It's right where I killed that coyote, and the trail that she's sniffing on the right now is where that coyote came out of. It's a game trail. They all use it. So she comes over, she sniffs the air for a while, just kind of looks. She never got spooked or anything. So I know that spot is a good spot to have that tree stand. I just haven't killed anything out of it. Look at her sniff the air. So it was a really cool experience. The Lord came through. It was a successful hunt, and all that sitting in the cold, paid off. And I got to see those 2 deer, and that was a neat experience. It was fun. Can't complain about that. I just wish she would have got a little bit closer. But it is what it is. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Well, I didn't get a deer, but that's okay. I did see 2 doe come out down the fire break at about 200 yards, and they came in. One of them went into the other wood line on the neighbor's property and never saw her again. And then one of them, nice, big, mature doe, came towards me, and she got about 100 yards from me. And I have a 100-yard reticle on my crossbow. I'm just not willing to take a shot with a crossbow that far. The farthest I've gone is 50 or 60 yards with a crossbow, and I'm okay with that. But anyway, she never got any closer than that, but I did catch it on video, so that'll be something neat to see. So anyway, the Lord is good. That was really fun. We still got deer out here. They're still making it through the winter. It's about halfway through January right now. Both of those does looked fat and healthy, so that's good, man. That's really good. So That makes me happy seeing deer that late in the season. So, bye.